Hello, one and all. This is my review, reaction, and content discussion of That Time Reincarnated Slime, Season 3, Episode 8. And right off the bat, I want to talk about something. I am seeing so many people online complaining, oh, this is all one big misunderstanding, it's so stupid, they could just talk things out. And no! Do you people not know what a misunderstanding is? I mean, seriously. This isn't just like, oh, Hinata tripped into Rimuru and he thought it was an attack, so he's fighting back. No, this is a very carefully laid out plan by the Seven-Day Clergy, basically saints, demigods of the church, the Illuminati who secretly run the West, and Cerberus, the organization that secretly runs the underworld of the East. All of these people, all these huge power brokers wanted Rimuru and Hinata to kill one another, and they laid out a very carefully designed plan to make this happen. Now, could Rimuru and Hinata talk this out? Theoretically, yes, but why would Rimuru listen to her? Seriously, she's already tried to murder him once, she already had a hand attacking his town once, and now she's back with an entire army to attack a second time. If she just goes, yeah, this wasn't my plan, I just kind of stumbled upon this, he's not gonna believe her. He'll 100% think this is a trap and that she's waiting till he turns his back to attack him or something. Or at least that's what Hinata thinks. I mean, Hinata has no reason to think that Rimuru is willing to actually listen to her. Rimuru is admittedly somewhat willing to listen, but because Hinata doesn't think he's willing to listen, there really is no other option other for them to fight. With Hinata thinking, okay, you know what? If we fight, and I win, and I beat him handedly, then I can say, oh, no, I wasn't actually planning on murdering you, and he'll actually believe me. But if I lose, that basically means war against his entire country of very strong monsters, and I don't actually know if we, the church, could beat them. Especially if he has Veldora on his side. So really the only option right now is for them to fight. I mean, it also helps that Hinata got Rimuru's modified message saying, hey, let's fight. So she thinks all he wants to do is fight. And really there was a much longer message that was deleted by the Seven-Day Clergy. But anyway, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. This is a very interesting place to start things off with the arc, as described in the light novel. This wasn't exactly here, there's a few chapters on the road, but I guess it makes some sense. Let's start the volume, and yes, also, Luminous is naked for this entire scene. It is super weird and super messed up. Yeah, like I said, super messed up, because the arc is literally made out of, like, holy energy, and it is literally burning her to death every time she touches it, but yeah, she's a weirdo. She's absolutely a weirdo. It does make some sense in context, but overall, she's just really weird. Yeah, my man, you do not interrupt Luminous's time with her, figure in the arc while she's burning herself. That's her private time, man. Seriously, so show some respect. I love that. I mean, seriously, that is literally the exact opposite of what Luminous told Hinata to do. She literally said, under no circumstances should you fight Rimuru, and now, she went off to fight Rimuru, and apparently never actually told her god. Yeah, that might sound stupid, but the god is very absent from the day-to-day goings-on in the church. It's mostly a food bank for her. And this right here is, I believe his name is Gunther, and basically how it's set up is Luis runs the face of the country. He is in charge of all the humans, all the matters involving that, and Gunther runs the underworld, which is all the thousands upon thousands of vampires that live underground. That's his job. So they have, divided roles, and they're very competitive because they are both super, super loyal to Luminous. Think of it like Shion and Diablo, only they're both super competent. Also, gotta say, I always love the butler look. It's so classy and fancy and loyal. It's so amazing. It's something I really want to play whenever I get a chance to do D&D again. Yeah, like I said, Gunther's job is literally taking care of the vampires, so he does not care about humans at all, even Hinata. Seriously, I love it. Gunther took the time to put a robe around her, and then she evaporated it and just made her own clothes from scratch. What was the point of the robe, Gunther? Are you just that loyal of a butler? Oh, that's so extra, and I love it. Yeah, their army of highly trained paladins is just getting their butts completely kicked by a bunch of goblins. Semi-immortal goblins, but still goblins. God, this is embarrassing. And this dude right here, guard, super ticked off about it. And he's about to get way more ticked off. Yeah, that's how I describe light novels. Shion literally jumps across the battlefield and lands here with a giant puff of smoke or dust. Yeah, he actually thinks that Shion is Rimuru because she is just that freaking strong. She has every right to call herself a demon lord if, you know, she wasn't working under Rimuru. She could join the council and nobody would really complain all that much. Yes, she really emphasized, I'm the #1 secretary to the great demon lord Rimuru. I love it. I love how absolutely petty she is about that. How much she needs to basically emphasize that she is above Diablo. Even Reynard thought it was weird, like, why is she emphasizing first secretary so much? Yeah, I don't think Rimuru actually said that. I don't think he actually... I mean, I think word in his orders, like, take them alive as best you can, but, you know, only kill them if they're a risk to you, if they could threaten you, which... Yeah, spoiler alert, these guys cannot threaten her at all. Oh, I'm excited. I said this last episode, but this is really one of my favorite fights in the entire series. Oh, Shion's fun here. Shion is so fun. Yeah, this right here is basically the ultimate weapon of the church. Holy Barrier, same thing they put around Tempest during the attack on it. It basically slowly drains a monster of their magicules, making them weaker and weaker and weaker until they ultimately just die, and they can't escape from it either. Yes, it is Rimuru. I mean, he has every right to look at the situation and think to himself, okay, there's no explanation for this other than Hinata invading me, other than Hinata trying to kill me, again! Yeah, that is very logical, Rimuru. Even Hinata agrees. Even Hinata's like, yeah, you know what? I fully understand. If I was in your shoes right now, I would come to the exact same conclusion. And I have no idea why Reynard betrayed me, why he disobeyed my orders. I mean, even she knows that's not a good excuse. Even she knows that Rimuru was unlikely to believe that. Yeah, that's also something Hinata doesn't know about. Archbishop Brahim was murdered, and Rimuru thinks Hinata did this to frame him. Which, again, perfectly logical conclusion to come to. This is the point where Hinata, I think, starting to realize, okay, I get it now. I've been framed. The 7-day clergy that set me up probably should have seen this coming earlier. And this is probably where she had the best chance of actually talking things through, actually explaining things, but again, she has no reason to think that Rimuru would actually be willing to listen to her, especially since she didn't listen to Rimuru in their last fight. Yeah, that's smart, starting a fight right here and now while they're still trying to negotiate. Admittedly, this dude, whose name I can't remember, wasn't actually trying to hit Benimaru, but he also wasn't expecting Benimaru to be able to block that attack. Yeah, he's strong. He is really freaking strong. Yeah, I mean, Rimuru brought 4 people here exactly because Hinata brought 4 people here, and they can all pair off and go fight. Yeah, Biscuiteers, they are very famous and very powerful. It's actually hilarious because Benimaru is, way stronger than they are, but because they are more famous, because they are more well-known, these idiots are more afraid of the Biscuiteers than they are of Benimaru. Yeah, and that just leaves these 2 to go fight, which is... Yeah, that's something else entirely. Oh my god. Yeah, I really hope the anime shows their fight. I think it was only mentioned in, like, a side story that... I forget exactly where. I know it wasn't mentioned in this volume, but I really hope the anime shows it. Also, fun fact, Rimuru's sword right here is not his actual sword. Just a, regular old sword like this right here. Now, why do I have a sword, you ask? Who knows? Anyway, Rimuru's actual sword is with his blacksmith, with Kurobe, and it's being upgraded, modified, turned just top tier. But because Rimuru wasn't in a real rush to get it back, he forgot to grab it before this fight. Which is definitely unfortunate and definitely puts him at a bit of a disadvantage. Also, wait, why are these guys in the barrier with her? The point of the barrier is you're supposed to be outside of it so that you can slowly drain the monsters of their life. You aren't supposed to be in the barrier with the monster you're trying to drain. I mean, the spell's not going to actually affect them, but still, that's a very dumb idea on their part. Also, this dude has had the exact same position in every shot so far. There's also an interesting detail mentioned in the light novel. Like I said, she could become a demon lord herself, but Oni are often worshipped as regional gods. And as long as they don't call themselves gods, the church is like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you want. But the second Oni says, yes, I am a god, the church is like, alright, we gotta go exterminate him. And they send out a force to wipe him out, because one of the major tenets of the religion of their church is there is no god other than Luminous. And they are very strict about that. Yeah. Oh, that's ominous. I am a wicked Oni. Terrifying. Utterly terrifying. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, for the record, that shouldn't be possible. Like, at all. Holy Cannon is the #1 enemy to monsters. It obliterates them, destroys them, leaves nothing left of them, and yet Shion just batted it away like baseballs. Yep. That's what she just did, because her sword is actually able to repel holy energy, which is a crazy rare ability for a sword to have. In fact, in the light novel, it's even crazier than that, as she takes the blow into her body, redirects the holy energy, and then shoots it out of her sword, which is literally impossible, but she just did it like it was nothing. Yet, despite how Shion might act, she is incredibly skilled, and pretty smart when it comes to combat. That's terrifying. That is truly terrifying. Also interesting how they're cutting back and forth between the Rimuru and Hinata fight. There's actually some pretty decent animation and sword fighting right here. Wait, also... What the freak? Okay, why is Hinata using the Dragon Buster sword? That makes no sense. I mean, that's a sword given to her by the Seventh-day Clergy. In the light novel, she threw it aside as soon as the fight started and took out Moonlight, a legendary class sword given to her by Luminous, which can just utterly obliterate any monster it even so much as scratches. This is actually a really interesting thing. Her usurper skill lets her either steal or copy somebody's skill, but it doesn't work on anybody who is considerably weaker than her, and it only sometimes works on those who are stronger than her. But if somebody is stronger than her, she can keep using the skill over and over again to eventually steal or copy their skill. However, if somebody is truly, truly beyond her, like for example Luminous, the skill is blocked, meaning, yeah, no good, you can't copy it, they're just way, way beyond you. And when Rimuru and Hinata first fought, the skill wasn't applicable because Rimuru was too weak. But now it's being blocked because Rimuru is way too strong, which really goes to show just how insanely, insanely powerful he's become over the last 3 months or so. Yeah, also she has the Measure skill, which allows her to gauge her opponents, and it's saying, not applicable. Basically, he is too strong to actually be measured. So basically, all of Hinata's skills are telling her, girl, you gotta run away, because this dude can kill you very, very easily. Yeah. At this point, Rimuru is thinking, okay, so she wants his friend, she actually wants to talk things out, but nope, now she's taking out her good sword and her spiritual armor, which is actually a really cool thing. Basically allows one to more or less merge with their spirits and use the full force of them. It also requires an insane amount of magic tools, so they can't wear it all the time. And Hinata's own spiritual armor is actually the original, actually the real spiritual armor. Whereas everyone else's is basically like a copy of it. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I actually really like that design. Oh my god. And, okay, here we go. This is her actual sword. Oh, that was beautiful. Let's rewind. I want to watch that again. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. So, yeah, now Hinata is fighting seriously, for real. Girl. No. Okay, so, I mean, you could argue this is a misunderstanding, but still, it's not like Hinata is just seeing the fact and be like, oh, it's A instead of B. No, everybody, all these powerful forces are forcing her to see it as B when it's really A. She's being tricked, she's being manipulated. It's not so much misunderstanding as she is being, used as a weapon against Rimuru so that she or him will die in this fight. Yep, legendary class sword, above even unique. Strong, very, very strong, and I absolutely love the design of it. Oh god, these curves right here, it's so beautiful. Yeah, like I said before, this is not Rimuru's actual katana. This is just a backup he had lying around. So all you can do at this moment is basically coat it in black flames to make sure it doesn't, shatter as soon as it touches Hinata's sword. And back to Shion. Again, all of you guys should be outside the barrier. Makes no sense why you're in here with Shion. I mean, he is right to be a bit self-righteous here because the barrier, the holy field, flowy barrier, whatever, it gets stronger over time. It drains more and more of a person's magicules, meaning they will get weaker, meaning if they hold out long enough, Shion will eventually die. Now the question is, will they live that long? Probably not. Yeah, she literally said before, submit or die, when really his orders were, avoid killing as much as possible. I love this contradiction because, before she literally threatened Gabsa with having to eat her cuisine as punishment, whereas now she's offering it as a prize. And that means nothing to these people. It's hilarious. That is like a huge tenet of the paladins, of the religion. Do not negotiate with monsters. It's also the reason why Hinata refused to negotiate with him, or refused to listen to what he had to say the first time they fought. Oh, come on. Okay, in the light novel, he actually said, don't let her honeyed words into your ears, and then Shion blew off his ear. Good freaking lord. Yeah, like I said, this barrier, it's actually weakening her. It's making her weaker every single second. So this is her in a heavily weakened state, able to throw a rock with enough force to blow off a guy's ear and then destroy the boulder behind it. They got on like their spiritual armor too, but there's not a whole lot it can do against a force that strong. God. Seems to me you wouldn't be needing your ears anyway. Oh, he is so mad. He is so mad, and I love it. Yeah, this is the point where Renard realizes, okay, maybe she isn't actually trying to murder us. Maybe she isn't actually all that bad after all. And that is certainly an offer. Hit me as hard as you can, and let's see what happens. That's certainly a good way of breaking their spirit, of showing that they are literally incapable of hurting her. Yeah, so Renard's having doubts, whereas Guard is like, okay, yeah, we're gonna kill her. We are so going to freaking kill her. Yeah, this dude right here has a lot of anger issues, and he's missing part of his ear as well. Seriously, that was such a that's such a well-placed shot right there. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, this certainly wasn't the attack that Shion was oh god, I love that smirk so much. This wasn't the attack Shion was expecting. I think she was expecting Obliterate, but this is a terrifying attack. It is the ultimate spiritual magic that calls forth an elemental lord and is way stronger than a nuclear cannon, one of the strongest spells in Rozo's, Ramen's, whatever his name was, magical arsenal. So this is powerful. This is insanely, overwhelmingly powerful, and Shion is smirking in its presence. Oh, I love this girl. Yeah, so, and she's actually being very, like I said before, she is really smart when it comes to battle. She isn't just like, alright, let me hit this thing. No, she's taking steps. Multi-layer barrier to keep her safe, all-seeing eye and magic sense to properly examine the spell and understand how it works, and then her optimal action skill to literally cut it in half. Cut in half the strongest spiritual magic that exists. Yes. That is what she just did. Now, two things I want to mention here. First off, even though she did all of that, the attack still hurt her quite a bit, but she has ultra speed regeneration, meaning she healed in like 3 seconds. And secondly, what she just did there was use her optimal action skill, which is part of Master Chef, meaning she gets whatever results she wants just by thinking about it. Yeah, let's sit on that for a second. She can basically do whatever she wants. She can basically make anything happen that she wants to happen just by thinking about it. And the main way she uses this is to make her cooking taste better. So even if the food looks awful, because she has this skill, she's able to essentially make it taste delicious. In the same way, she's able to rewrite the laws of reality, rewrite nature itself mid-combat to basically nullify any attack coming against her. So yeah, if you're not able to overwrite the laws of nature better than she can, it is literally impossible for you to beat her in a fight. So surrender. Literally, there is no option other than surrendering at this point. Whereas Guard is like, no, I'm going to keep fighting, even though it is obvious we are all going to die if we try anything else against you. And again, he's not entirely wrong, because the Holy Field does basically mean that, she's getting weaker every second, so eventually they will win, but by the time that actually happens, she'll have killed them all with rocks. Yeah, he's aware there's something very, very off with Guard. This dude was a paladin. This dude wasn't always this angry. Yep, there we go. Shion just broke the holy barrier with her sword. The ultimate tool in the arsenal of the paladins was just shattered by a monster. Again, not possible. There is no way that can actually happen, and yet it just freaking happens. So, am I dreaming? So she is just doing such a great job of crushing their spirit, of crushing their desire to keep going, because they realize she is in every right deserving of the name God, demigod, whatever. That's how insanely broken she is. Yeah, I love the twitching his eye. How can a monster break the holy barrier? Oh, this broke him. This utterly broke him. Yeah, like I said, the barrier changed the laws of nature, and Shion can do that as well, so she just rewrote the laws of nature that the barrier was changing to break the barrier. Yes, that might sound insane, but like I said, this is all part of her Master Chef skill. The skill that she prayed to be able to be a better chef basically turned her into a god who can overwrite the laws of nature itself. Oh, she is so broken. She is so utterly, utterly broken. Honestly, even Raphael is a little bit afraid of her and what she could actually do. No joke. Yeah, okay, Guard's broken. Huzzah! And Renard's about to follow. At least he's a bit more, dignified about it. Putting down his sword, kneeling respectfully like, please, just treat our men fairly. Oh yeah, everyone else is... Oh yeah, battle's over, by the way, in the background. While Shion's been fighting, the goblins managed to take out every single freaking paladin. Yeah, that's kind of important here. I mean, if you had actually traveled down the highway instead of going through the woods, you would have realized how kind he was and how well he treats his people and everyone who comes to Tempest. Yes, that was the plan, to talk things out, but then you guys invaded. I love this fight. Yeah. Remember the orders? Remember what you were told? You know, Hinata and Rimuru are working together. If that was the case, why would they be fighting right now? Why would she not have joined his side and taken you guys down? That's not what happened. She's not rushing to stop you. She's fighting to protect you. Exactly! Why are they fighting? If they wanted to talk, why are they fighting right now? I think you should be able to figure this out on your own, dude. Yes! Yes! You screwed over Hinata! You're the reason why she's fighting! You're the reason why this ended in violence, why she might die in this battle! Even though you love and are obsessed with Hinata, even though you literally left your family behind, cut all ties with them to join the Paladins and aid her, you screwed her over, man! Oh god, Renard! Yes, exactly! Yes! This is your fault, man! I know you were tricked, but this is still absolutely your fault! I'm sorry, man. You can't get involved. It's too far gone. Nothing you could say could actually explain to them, hey, yeah, this is my fault. You guys shouldn't fight anymore. Why would Rimuru believe that? God, such a good fight. Something else I need to mention here, I'm not sure if this is actually going to be said, but Rimuru's mind acceleration lets him think 1,000,000 times faster than normal, whereas Hinata's mind acceleration lets her think 1,000 times faster. 1,000,000, 1,000. And yet Hinata is still able to keep up with Rimuru, is actually able to beat him back fairly easily, because that is how freaking skilled she is with a sword. Which does make sense. She's been a paladin for, I think, like a decade at this point, whereas Rimuru's been training with a sword off and on for like a year. I mean, he's had a lot of other things to focus on, so it's not like he's, you know, doing sword practice every single day. So even though, you know, Hinata's doing a fairly good job of pushing him back, she's also incredibly impressed by how strong he is now. In the last fight they had, she was not even close to being serious, and she still kicked his butt. Whereas now, she's going all out. It's actually said in the light novel that her mind's accelerating so fast, it's bursting the capillaries in her head, and she's forced to regenerate them again and again and again. She's literally pushed herself beyond the limits of humans. Even though she's a saint, she's pushed herself beyond the limits of the human boundary to be able to keep up with Rimuru. Yeah, though she also acknowledges that in terms of actual sword skills, he's not particularly great. Though the sword skills definitely remind her of Shizue, which is a whole lot of trauma for her. Yeah, for the record, her whole time with Shizue, it was a month. She spent 1 month with Shizue, and that was enough for her to form a lifelong connection that, you know, led her to seek revenge against Rimuru for killing her. Because Shizue was the only person in this world she actually opened up to, the only one she was really honest with. It's actually so much sadder than that. No, you weren't afraid of losing her, you were afraid of being rejected by her because, oh girl, you've got so much guilt rattling around that old noggin of yours. Seriously, Hinata, see a freaking therapist. You need it. You absolutely need it. Yeah, God, I love that he lost his coat. That's such a great shot. Oh, really shows the battle progressing. And yeah, Rimuru is very much on the defensive here because that sword, Moonlight, is packed with so many deadly magicals that one good blow won't necessarily kill him, but it'll cost him so much to regenerate that it'll basically put him out of the fight. Oh my god, Ape. A leaking balloon, that's how they're showing this. Oh, that was beautiful. I love you, Raphael. I love you. Yeah, so basically her sword does exactly what Shion's skill does. Overwrites the laws of matter. Meaning it can break barriers. Meaning, yeah, all of Rimuru's defenses, even his ultimate skill that provides him a barrier, can't really, protect him against this thing. That's honestly not a bad plan because, Rimuru isn't actually a breathing organism. He doesn't get tired, doesn't get exhausted, and he has an insane amount of magicals, meaning he can keep fighting for hours, days, whatever. Whereas Hinata is still technically human, so sooner or later she'll get worn out and need a break, need to stop, and then he can win. Hurry up and think of something. Well, Rimuru, Raphael is going to prove her worth once more. Don't worry about it. Yes, predict future attack learned. Okay. Yeah, so now Rimuru can see the exact paths of the attacks, where they're coming, which ones are feints, which ones are lethal, and can counter them perfectly. Oh, God, that's beautiful. Yeah, so now her swordplay doesn't mean anything. Even though she is way more skilled at sword fighting, it doesn't really mean much if he can predict her attacks and counter them perfectly. Also, the craziest thing about this skill is that it's not something Rimuru earned. Rather, Raphael, watching Hinata, basically allowed her to copy Hinata's computational prediction skill. Meaning Raphael learned a skill by watching somebody use a skill. That is so insanely broken, Raphael. Seriously. God, I love you. That's the other insane thing. So Hinata's skill, compute prediction, allows her to predict sword swings and all that, but Raphael, just watching the skill in action, allowed her not only copy the skill, but actually improve upon the skill. Seriously. Love it, absolutely. Hey! Oh my god. They're being brought forth as prisoners. Just the expressions are amazing. Renard's guilty, Shion's proud, Guard is just so royally ticked off. I love it. Yep, Benimaru won too. Easily. Oh god, this dude's actually crying about how badly he was beaten. Oh, one more. Yes, yes, yes! They included it. They actually freaking included it. So yeah, she was rather charmed by her fight with Zoe. If I remember correctly from light novel, I think he tied her up, and I think that's her thing. Oh, I so wish we could have seen that animated, but still, just that one shot is so perfect. Yes, she is blushing so much. And yeah, Hinata, you must realize at this point, you've lost, your people have lost, and they can't hold a candle to Rimuru's army. Yeah, she can't really hold back this next attack, and basically, her argument here is like, I'm gonna hit you with my strongest attack, and I don't want it to kill you, because if it does, your monsters, the people behind you, they're gonna go on a rampage, and in my weakened state post-attack, I won't be able to beat them, meaning they'll kill me, they'll kill my paladins, and then they'll go on to basically wipe out all of humanity. So I'm warning you now so you can put up your defenses so that this way the attack will only somewhat hurt you and put you out of the fight, and then I can be the winner. It's kind of an insane thing to offer, but Rimuru wants this fight to be over more than anybody, so he'll gladly accept the deal. It's honestly kind of hilarious. This is literally basically what Shion just proposed to the paladins. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that smile. I mean, Hinata is actually really beautiful when she's happy. She's very rarely happy. Yeah, that's all he wants. Literally just like, stop messing with my nation. Stop attacking my people. Whereas Hinata's like, okay, he's gonna want my head. He's wanting to kill me. He's gonna want to publicly execute me something. No, all Rimuru wants is for you to leave him alone and stop attacking him. Seriously, this is the second time you've marched an army to Tempest. No more. No third attacks, please. Yeah, this is the point where... Oh god, this is the point where Rimuru realizes, okay, something really weird is going on here. And they could potentially talk things out now, but they really both want to be on the upper hand when it comes to negotiation, so the attack is the best way to, actually make that happen. If Rimuru manages to withstand it, then he can, get more out of the bargaining, whereas if Hinata manages to win, then she can get more out of the bargaining. I think right now she's more focused on making sure that her paladins aren't executed, imprisoned, whatever. Yeah, Rimuru literally said... I want to talk things out, but the message Hinata got was, I want to fight. Which, again, not so much a misunderstanding as them being intentionally pitted against one another. It was such a friendly message, seriously. Oh my god. Yeah, so at this point, Rimuru realizes, okay, Hinata didn't know about Rahim, and the message she got was apparently different from the one that I sent to her, so something very finicky, something very flicky is going on in the shadows right here, and I should probably be concerned about that. Yeah, really. Basically, she knows that if she uses attack and it misses, that Rimuru would just be able to copy it, learn it, and use it against her. Melt Slash. Oh god. Yeah, that's panic right there. You can actually hear the panic in Raphael's voice. Yeah, only option is to literally sacrifice an ultimate skill to stop the blow. Good freaking lord. Oh god, Shion, the smile. Oh my god, the smile. Oh, that's beautiful. Also just goes to show why these two are the leaders of their respective factions. Nobody else, even if all the other paladins joined forces, they couldn't come close to landing this heavy of a blow against Rimuru. Oh, that's beautiful. I actually wasn't expecting the episode to go this far. Of course, Benimaru. Oh. Yeah, there's nothing he can't do. He took that blow. And he is perfectly fine. Which of course helps his, raises the morale of his allies, but the paladins are terrified. Utterly terrified. Alright, so, he took it standing. It still knocked him off. It still, made him fall over, but he still took the blow and he's alright. Oh, God. Happy, smiling Hinata is the best. I love it so much. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rimuru. Raphael kinda tricked you. Yeah, right there. Rimuru, this idiot right here. You could have avoided the attack. You could have blocked the attack. Instead, you took it head on. Yeah, she wanted to absorb the attack, so she forced him to take it on. As insane as that is. I wonder why, though. Just, oh god. I love Happy Hinata. I love Happy Hinata so much. Yeah, that attack literally drained her entirely. There's nothing else she can do. She can't even move. Oh boy. No, 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 no. Seriously, Hinata, why did you even bring that freaking thing? Why? Yeah, that's the magical super dragon killing sword right there. It's a bomb. It is absolutely a bomb, and to take out Hinata and possibly Rimuru if the fight didn't end with one of them dying. Oh god, Hinata. Quite a blow right there. Yeah, that would have done some serious damage to Rimuru, and not to mention, you know, if her sword ended up killing the leader of the nation of monsters, that'd be a really bad look for her, and like I said before, his monster allies probably wouldn't take it as, oh, Hinata was tricked, they take it as, oh, Hinata tricked us, let's kill everybody! Oh, seriously? God above, that transition from her being literally impaled to her popping in, bouncing and happy. Oh my god. Alright, fast forward. Next episode, 7-Day Clergy's Conspiracy, because yeah, if you haven't put it together already, this was all the plan of the 7-Day Clergy to force Rimuru and Hinata to fight, and for one of them, possibly both of them, to die in the process. Oh my god. Alright. Love this episode. Absolutely love this episode. I mean, oh god, these two. I want more of these two so much. But we got the Rimuru and Hinata battle, which I wasn't expecting this episode to cover all of that. And the Shion battle. Oh my gosh, Shion was having such an amazing time this episode. Seriously. I mean, this wasn't even a fight. This was her just spanking these naughty children for thinking they had the right, the authority, the ability to even threaten Rimuru. Really though, Reynard came here to kill Rimuru and couldn't even get past his secretary. Oh, that's amazing. Only for him to then realize, yeah, no, this is my fault. This is all my fault. If I hadn't come here, if I hadn't done this, Hinata wouldn't be fighting. Hinata wouldn't have gotten impaled by that giant beam of light at the end of the episode. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Sorry, was this all a misunderstanding? Again, I think there are some ways could have ended with a talk, but at the same time, why would they talk? Why would they believe one another in this moment? I mean, as far as Rimuru knows, Hinata just marched an army into Tempest to attack him. And as far as Hinata knows, you know, Rimuru thinks she just marched an army into Tempest to attack him. Plus, let's not forget, Hinata knows that Rimuru murdered 20,000 people for attacking him last time. She doesn't know it was all part of a sacrifice to revive his dead allies. All she knows is he murdered 20,000 people for attacking his people. So, yeah, she has no reason to think Rimuru is actually willing to talk, especially after his message was literally, let's fight, when in fact his actual message was much kinder, much friendlier, much nicer. Alright. Also love Raphael. Forcibly tricking Rimuru and taking the blow head on. And, oh god, happy Hinata. Smiling happy Hinata. That's so wonderful. Absolutely love that. Alright, though, please let me think down below. What do you think of this episode? Do you think there's a way they could have talked things out? Do you think either of them would have actually believed the other one was willing to talk things out after this whole thing was set up? And, hey, do you think Hinata's dead? I mean, that was quite a blow right through her chest, destroyed her spine, probably damaged her heart, so that's kind of hard to come back from. And what are the 7-day clergy gonna do now? They've murdered Hinata in front of Rimuru. I mean, I don't think Rimuru is really gonna take that lying down, and I don't think they're really much of a threat considering that even Hinata, basically usurped them, believed they were below her. But let me know what you think down below. And until next time, peace!